talking about what you're talking about.
You all ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 dun.
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Get real.
Welcome to DBL. Hello.
Hey.
It's Tori here. We got Al. We got Jeff. It's really good to see you both.
Good to see you too.
Good. Well, we got some interesting discussions.
Oh, that was very insincere.
You made a couple comments, Jeff.
Hello, blue dress. I like it. Let's move on.
How are you, Gray student? All right. Well, this really got me last night. I don't know if y'all watched this, but imagine having your entire life turned upside down, all because of election conspiracy lies. They triggered a mob of angry Trump supporters, and they all came after you. That is exactly what happened to a pair of Georgia election workers, Shay Moss and her mother, Ruby Freeman. They both testified about it yesterday at the January 6th hearing. I really want you to take a listen to this.
Do you know how it feels to have the President of the United States to target you? The President of the United States is supposed to represent every American, not to target one.
A lot of threats saying things like, be glad it's 2020 and not 1920.
Now I won't even introduce myself by my name anymore.
Don't do nothing anymore. I don't want to go anywhere. I second guess everything that I do. It's affecting my life in a major way.
So, yeah, their whole life and reputation was basically ruined. Lady Ruby used to go by Lady Ruby. She doesn't go by that anymore. She's afraid to say her name. Her daughter's scared. She'll call her name in a grocery store and people will start threatening her. The major thing they talked about was Giuliani had an ad where you see Lady Ruby, her mom, hand her daughter something. And Giuliani in the ad said, that is a USB card. That is the votes. Those are the votes. And when asked clearly, what did your mother hand you? She said, a ginger mint. And their lives were turned upside down because of just blatant lies. What do you think, Al?
I mean, I think that we're just reliving the Central Park Five. I mean, do you remember the false accusations of the five young black men that are like grown men now? We've actually interviewed a few, you know, and Trump took out a full page ad saying that they should all be hung, even though they were completely innocent. I also think about, strangely enough, we're going to go from 5 black men to 1 older white woman. I think about Christine Ford during the Kavanaugh hearings, and she was like almost a retired professor at that point, and you know, she had to come and testify about what happened to her. And just, I remember, it's such a weird, I don't remember the full quote, I just remember her saying she was deciding whether she was going to have her life ripped apart by coming forward. And that's such a sad commentary, Jeff, when you have to say, if I decide to speak, then just, you know, Leighton and Lawson, they won't be able to enroll in public schools, but the truth will be out there. Just imagine the decisions that have to be made and how your life is turned upside down for you, not only doing a job that's for society, the society you live in, but also that you did it the right way. To have your life ripped apart is just, I don't know what word to use, Jeff, and I'm a talk show host. I'm out of words. I don't know.
Isn't that kind of what America has come to now? Fear, shame, labels,
threats,
silence, threatening,
lies.
They just want people silenced, right? That's why I hate this cancel culture mentality, because of these labels. It's just meant to silence people. That aside, let's stay on course here, what we're talking about. You get good people that volunteer their time, or they choose to do their time to help America, to be better citizens, be better patriots, and this is the thanks that they get? This is the repercussions for their actions? How are you going to get good people in government? How are you going to get good people that help out the government? I don't want to run for governor. That wasn't in my aspirations at all. But not saying I'm a good person either, but if I was, and great.
Why would you go that route?
Why would I go that route, right? Or why would I want to stick my neck out to try to help someone else to climb their way to the top if people are going to start labeling me and hurting my family for my future well-being? And these people's lives now are forever changed, whether you want to think that or not.
Jeff, you're asking us a question, but what you're really doing is giving the answer. You're not going to run for governor because this will happen in your life. And so people like Jeff, that really is so tight with the wallet, wouldn't even take a bribe. Jeff doesn't want political power. These are the people we want in office. People like Tori, like my mother, you know, like my daughter, people that would just genuinely want, but those people will never run.
Right.
Because your campaign manager will say, Jeff, you're down 4 points. You need to say that your opponent is a groomer. and you're not going to do it, and you're going to lose. And so the fact is, the only people that will win elections, the people will be like, yeah, where's the camera? Who do I need to say?
It's the worst of the worst.
It brings the worst in, and it takes women like Miss Ruby out. So.
Yeah, it completely takes good
And now it's
people
falling from that level to just workers or helpers or volunteers. Right.
It's a way to clear out the good people and fill it in with your people.
They also said, remember when he said, I wish it was 1920? That is a direct threat of lynching. I want to make that very clear. I also want to say that Giuliani put a video of them moving a box under a table saying those were fake ballots. Turns out that was a regular ballot box. These two have more patriotism in their pinky finger than some of the men that have yet to testify by taking the fifth. They're going to get more hate by testifying. Bravo to
Well,
these
no, I
women.
think they're trying to clear the name. And to just go back
No, they're going to get hate from this.
I know, but now everybody sees this. Okay, let me just say this.
Yeah.
A USB card for the votes, is this mission impossible?
I know.
When do votes go on USB card? It's like, so...
It
kind of makes a mockery. It kind of makes a mockery of the
It
whole
does.
thing.
A ginger mint. I think that will be the visual we remember. A ginger mint.
I'm thinking Four Seasons Lawn Care.
Yeah.
And this is who we're talking about.
That's exactly right. All right, we're getting new details. This also boils my blood about the police response to the school shooting in Uvalde, Texas. All right, let me talk about this. The state's top law enforcement official, who's in charge of investigating the response, testified yesterday, and he did not hold back. Take a look.
There's compelling evidence that the law enforcement response to the attack at Robb Elementary was an abject failure. 3 minutes after the subject entered the West Building, there was a sufficient number of armed officers wearing body armor. The only thing stopping a hallway of dedicated officers from entering room 111 and 112 was the on-scene commander, who decided to place the lives of officers before the lives of children.
All right, we've also got surveillance image from the inside the school on the day of the shooting, and we're going to show it right now. You can see multiple officers were inside the building with rifles and at least one ballistic shield. This is 19 minutes after the gunmen arrived, but they didn't enter the classroom for nearly another hour. So the question is, how are victims' families supposed to feel hearing that police totally failed and put their own lives first? I also have to tell this story. Apparently, Eva Morales is a teacher, and God bless her, she passed away. She called her boyfriend, who was a police officer at Uvalde, to say, I've been shot and I'm dying. He runs in and says, I got to get my gun and go. They detain him, they take his gun, and escort him off the premises. And for more than like almost an hour, they wait. They wait. They had all the equipment necessary, and Al, the doors were unlocked. They never tried the handles. They never tried the handles.
I don't understand how this isn't a bigger story. This is because let's take the guns in a weird, sad, sick way because of this country distract from the overall narrative. Like, so let's take the guns out. Let's say that 19 kids had acute food poisoning, and paramedics showed up, surrounded the cafeteria, and just let them die out for an hour. What will we be charged? I mean, will we just say, wow, they did a bad job?
That's negligence.
Would be charged criminal negligence.
Criminal negligence.
We need, just with the Giuliani thing, we don't need it anymore. Like, just start suing. I mean, just like the Dominion voting people. You notice we don't hear from the fake vote people anymore. I wonder why that is, right? Fox News, right? OAN. Where y'all at? They got quiet because when you sue people, that's when things start getting quiet. We need to sue them. These people need to go to jail. This is a criminal act. This is not negligence. Negligence is leaving a door open and a 5-year-old wanders out. That happens. This is different.
Yeah, I think everyone's looking for a conspiracy theory here of why they didn't go in, because it's like the chain of events is like any one of those could have been broken and they could have went in. There's like steps. The door was unlocked. They chose not to go in. Their commander told them not to go. They were stopping parents. I mean, the whole thing was a complete disaster. And the only thing I could put on it is cowardice.
Yeah.
I mean, not only fulfilling your professional duty as a police officer, and this does not include all police officers whatsoever, because they are heroes in my mind, but all of them chose not to fulfill their professional duty and their moral duty that the children of their small community are being shot in there, and
I
I could
know.
hear the gunshots,
They could hear
them
it.
being murdered,
I
and I'm
know.
choosing not to go in there. I'm getting chills right now because I'm choosing not to go in there. I'm getting chills right now because I would not be able to continue my life. I'm not saying get help with a therapist, but I don't know how these officers are going to continue their life, how they sleep at night, how they wake up knowing that they did not do what they needed to do in that moment.
And remember that 4 officers ad hoc, meaning they all came together randomly and said, let's just bust in. The last words they heard as they walked in to kill the shooter was, do not breach. And they did it anyway. They did it anyway. All right, switching gears. Take a breath. Coming up on DBL, to a new outrageous show on Netflix. It is sending so-called spoiled 20-somethings into the wilderness. Will they survive Snowflake Mountain? And our interview with reality TV stars Nene Leakes and Big Frida. They're telling us all about the new season of College Hill, Celebrity Edition.
Closed captioning provided by...
This June, DBL isn't holding back.
I've already spent my time and all of my sanity on trying to make you happy.
I like a little cheese on my potatoes. That's what's going on in my head.
That's what we need more of, conversations in this country.
Like this show. Thank you. DBL is all new every day.
That are ripped away from their families. Their families apparently have had enough of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And they don't have jobs. They don't know how to load a dishwasher. I mean, they don't know basics of life.
Tori needs a little Snowflake Mountain.
And their parents.
Are we on?
And they have no idea.
Well, I would have said that anyway.
I can't.
I feel like we should send Tori to Snowflake Mountain and see how that goes.
I think.
What do you mean?
I think.
I know how to load it.
Tori, do you think Jeff would be good on not naked and in front? I don't think about a friend like that.
Ew!
But I think Jeff would be good with the survival thing. You've already done the Amazing Race. You used to. I think half of it is just like mentally being like, okay, I'm gonna be out of my comfort zone for a month or 2.
Yeah, Survivor's only, how long Survivor, David? 39 days?
26 days.
Alone is not 100.
It's 20.
No, but they're 2 different shows. Survivor's like a, what is it?
26.
So Survivor, that everybody knows, is 26 days out there.
Okay, here's a proposal.
That's different than a survival show.
Okay, so let's say Survivor. I say right now, all the money that you have, you and your wife, you will lose it. Or I will triple it if you can finish the Survivor. Do you think you could do it?
Of course, but it's not finishing Survivor.
It wouldn't be a
No, it's not finishing Survivor. It's a game show, so you're voted off.
What about Naked and Afraid?
So would I take that bet? No, because I'd be voted off immediately.
Yeah. What about Naked and Afraid, where it's just you?
I don't know. I love that show.
Naked and Afraid, let me just ask quick. You're naked and you're just in the woods?
Yes.
Yes.
What about the bug bites?
So that's
it's an
the worst
issue.
part.
Okay.
Yeah.
And they get into all. This isn't even the bad part. Think
down.
below.
Yeah.
Wait, Jeff, I don't
The
know.
bugs are getting in everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bugs are getting everywhere. I love that show.
And it's hot. People like.
I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could
like
do
you have to
that.
have some kind of like
Figure
training
it
a
out.
little bit because you have to be able to like spear a fish and stuff.
I could do that, but I don't know about
I
like.
couldn't. I would just die by a creek.
Welcome back. At a time when our society seems to be filled with plenty of entitled people, what can we do to break that cycle? Well, Netflix
Give
might
them a
have...
TV show.
Yeah, right. Give them more money and attention. We'll take a look at their new series called Snowflake Mountain.
We're gonna take these kids back to basics. Hurry up! Why? Because the wilderness forces you to toughen up.
Feels borderline abusive.
Are they gonna rise to the challenge?
You're an animal.
Just so you know, I just in a paint bucket.
Or are they gonna do what they do best?
I'm not doing it. No way, no way.
Melt down.
So, the show puts 10 young adults in the wilderness with 2 former military specialists as their leaders. Thoughts? I feel like this will be a hit.
I'm here for it.
Tell me.
I'm here for it. I love it. I think, and it's not all people like from the new generation, right? I don't want to sound like that, get off my lawn. Right. But it's like, I just think people in general are entitled. People in general are more entitled than they used to be. People don't want to put in the hard work anymore. And this is like kind of a fun way to remind you like, hey, there's a whole different side of life that you don't even experience. So we're going to take you out here for 2 weeks. It's going to be guided. You're going to eat good food. But I'm going to show you a little different side of life. And something that I want to do with my child is like bring them downtown. Wuhan, we used to work with the homeless shelters down there, and I want to show them that side of life. Like, do you know how great your life is right now? Yeah, not in any way to demean anybody else. I want them to help out and do their fair share, and I think this show will give them a little glimpse and will actually do them some good.
I definitely agree. And also, Jeff, I'm looking at, you know, just the highlights that they're showing, and what I see is probably, they keep calling them entitled, but it seems like a lot of young people that have probably not ever accomplished anything, that they feel like they did it on their own. And just that clip of that kid starting that fire, just that one little moment where you're like, oh, you started a fire, you can get matches, you can get a lighter. But like when you do something like that on your own, it just shows you, if I can do this, I can do something else. And I think a lot of people that are cast for shows like these are people that have this facade, but on the inside, they're very self-conscious about their actual ability. So I think a show like this will show them, like, hey, there's something inside of you more than what the world sees.
I can see what you're saying, but I also think a lot of people get, and maybe I'm wrong, the Gen Zers, the millennials, whatever you want to call them, I feel like they get the word entitled way wrong. I feel like that younger generation is very aware of how their government tends to screw them over, has saddled them with debt, has no health care, has climate change, has endless wars. So they're like, why would we try when we just, why would we try?
Why would we work hard?
Well, why wouldn't we go and find something on tech and do a side gig that would make us more money than trying to do the 9 to 5? Because that doesn't fulfill us in any way.
Okay, I'll give you an example. I started this business roughly when I was like 22 years old, okay? I'm 44 now. I got this job 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I put in 18 years before I got like a real steady job. How many people are willing to put in 18, 20, 25 years before they get what they want? I feel like people are inside a job and they're like, listen, I've been here for 6 months. When am I going to be the executive producer of this show? What?
That's what I said.
You know what I mean?
That's why, Al, aren't you
Coming from Tori, when she's like, you have to use a pearl-covered spoon to eat caviar. That's a real story, by the way.
Mother of pearl.
Yeah.
The fragility of the caviar.
Yeah, speaking of working hard.
Okay.
Never did a load of laundry in her life.
I sure have.
But this is for the small. This is for the small people.
I have done laundry.
All right.
I have once. Coming up on DBL, we talk with Nene Leakes and Big Frida about the new season of College Hill. How do they do as students? Uh-oh.
Is Kyle okay?
The Federal Reserve did something it hasn't done in 28 years, raise the key interest rate by 0.75 of a percentage point. It's a response to soaring inflation and volatile financial markets, with the stock market officially entering bear territory. So the question, is it favorable to invest in the stock market when it's down? Our sources, the Federal Reserve, Chris Hobart, CEO of Hobart Wealth in Ballantyne, Ted Rossman, senior industry analyst for Bankrate.com and CreditCards.com. First, a quick vocabulary lesson. A bear market is when stocks decline at least 20% or more from recent peaks. A bull market is when stocks rise at least 20% from recent bear market lows and reach record benchmark highs, typically lasting for months or even years. Inflation is up 8.6% year over year. That means virtually everything we buy, from groceries to gas to clothing, costs more. Chris Hobart says one of the ways to dampen inflation's impact is for the Fed to raise rates.
The Fed does this to kind of slow down the sloppy money that's out there.
This also has an impact on the market. The value of many stocks are lower right now.
You want to buy low and sell high. Too many people do the opposite.
But our experts say you have to take a long-term view.
It's a good thing. Hey, wow, I'm getting this company that was producing XYZ, but I'm getting it at a reduced rate. And that's what you have to look at when you look at stocks.
Hobart says historically, the market goes up over time. So investing in the market gives you a better chance for greater earnings than not investing.
I actually think it could be a phenomenal time to invest as long as you have a long time horizon and as long as this is meeting your risk assessment.
So we can verify, yes, it is favorable to invest in the stock market when it's down.
After finding major success, reality stars Nene Leakes and Frida take a side. What am I doing here? I messed up the whole read. Let's start over. After finding major success, reality stars Nene Leakes and Big Frida take a seat at Texas Southern University and master the art of becoming students in BET's reality series, College Hill. Earlier, we spoke to them about what they learned from their college experience. Take a look. Yeah.
Hi, Hi, Nene and Big Frida. Nene, I wanted to get to you first. You were a student at Morris Brown, a historically black college in Atlanta, but you left after getting pregnant. And I wanted to ask, and our viewers want to know, what was the hardest part about leaving school?
Back then, the hardest part was like just leaving my friends because I was super young at the time. So all I was really thinking about the friends that I had met from all over the world and being able to hang out with them, that kind of stuff. So I was more concerned about that than my education at the time, unfortunately.
That makes sense.
That's just honest right there. Now, Big Frida, I got to talk to you because, you know, Megan Thee Stallion actually just graduated from Texas Southern.
Mazel, mazel.
Yes, we can clap for that. That's beautiful. And she completed her degree in health administration. Yeah. Now, you have one semester left to completing your nursing degree. So I want to know your thoughts on finishing your degree.
After going to the whole College Hill experience and to a HBCU, I'm definitely thinking about considering going back and completing, you know, the semester to get my degree in nursing. But, you know, for the most part, I had a really great time, you know, with the celebrity audition and connecting with all the celebrities that were in the house on College Hill. And we had a really great time.
That's awesome. And I wanted, you know, Nene, I wanted to get to some of the other members of the College Hill crew. Lamar Odom, obviously great ball player, Ray J, and even Stacey Dash. So let me ask you, as an OG housewife, and you can be real here, who brings the most drama?
Without any question, Ray J.
Oh, okay. I thought I was so sure you were going to say Stacey Dash. I was about to get up and walk away from the set because I was like, I know what she's going to say. So Ray J's been on the show before. We love him. Talk to us about Ray J so we can play this for him in a couple of months.
Well, Stacey is a close first as well.
Ray J takes it over. You know, Ray J outbeat Stacey, but there's lots of drama that's happening in the house, and y'all have to tune in so that y'all can catch all of the juicy things that's going to happen.
Oh, Ray J, I love it. Big Frida, college brings people together from different backgrounds, and there's a moment where Slim Thug says he never had a chance to kick it with someone like you. What made him say that, and how did it make you feel?
I mean, it made me feel great just to be able to be the person that he had the experience with and made him get to see it in a different light and to open his eyes to the LGBTQ community and to just give him a clear understanding of, you know, of how I live, you know, and how things are for me, and being able to connect with a brother and to just educate him, you know, on our lifestyle. It was just great to be able to be in the house with Slim Thug. He's a real one.
Yeah.
Yes.
You guys both are, and you know, it's amazing to me that we're sitting here on television talking about this. I went to an HBCU myself. I went to Tougaloo College in Jackson, Mississippi. So, Nene, I wanted to ask you, in your opinion, what makes HBCUs so unique and special?
It's the culture, for sure.
It's the blackness, baby.
It's the whole culture.
Yeah, it's definitely, it was the professors, it was the students, it was the whole vibe at the campus. Everybody just was so amazing, and just, you know, just being a black person, you know, at an HBCU, you just get that full experience of, you know, what I wish I had when I went to college.
It's black excellence, for sure.
Yes. Really quickly, in my dorm of 6 men, I'm a talk show host, 2 doctors, 2 clinical psychologists, and a college professor at Washington University with 3 books published.
Dang.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
A lot going on. Thank you so much, Nene and Big Frida.
Yes, yes.
Right? DBL Nation, College Hill Celebrity Edition premieres Sunday on BET+. We will be right back. Thanks again for your time, guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by Crypto.
President Biden recently called on U.S. oil refiners to produce more gasoline and diesel as gas prices in the country are at a record high. Around the same time, this copy and paste chain message claiming to tell the truth about gas prices began to spread rapidly on Facebook. Verify viewer Lauren and several others asked us to verify whether a claim included in the message was really true. It states, quote, there is enough recoverable crude oil within the continental U.S. to supply current and projected future demand for 400 plus years. And that's just the oil we know about. It doesn't account for future discoveries. That's a fact, unquote. So let's verify. Is there enough recoverable crude oil in the U.S. to supply the country for 400 years? Our sources are the U.S. Geological Survey, the U.S. Energy Information Administration, and Andrew Lippow, president of Lippow Oil Associates. The term technically recoverable oil refers to the amount of oil that's in the ground that can be produced domestically using currently available technology and industry practices. As of June 17, 2022, the U.S. has an estimated 373.1 billion barrels of technically recoverable reserves of crude oil, according to USGS. The EIA and Andrew Lippow, an oil and gas expert, both say it's not enough supply to power the U.S. for 400 years. So let's do the math. In 2021, the United States consumed about 7.22 billion barrels of petroleum, up 8% from 2020, according to the EIA. With an estimated 373 billion barrels in technically recoverable oil, we would use that up in about 52 years. And in order to have enough supply for 400 years, we'd need more than 2.9 trillion barrels of recoverable reserves. And even with the reduced consumption in 2020, we still wouldn't have enough supply for 400 years.
Clearly, that statement is incorrect.
We can verify, no, there is not enough recoverable crude oil in the U.S. to last over 400 years. With your Verify, I'm Ariande Till.
The extreme heat is causing a lot of us to run a little hot. Some drivers getting frustrated with broken down cars this summer. But does that happen more frequently as temperatures rise? Let's verify. Do car batteries have more issues in hot weather rather than cold weather? Our sources, AAA and Peter Falone with the Universal Technical Institute. Every mechanic will tell you weather affects battery performance.
So the battery of the car actually, in high temperatures, it's when it takes the most amount of abuse.
Falone says a car battery goes through a lot of changes as it charges up, when you drive it, and when it discharges, or when you let it sit. And when it's really hot out, fluid in the battery takes a hit.
You're actually getting a lot of evaporation too. So it's going to impact that electrolyte solution inside of the battery.
AAA says in cooler northern climates, a battery can last 5 years or longer. But in the south, where it's hot, a car battery has a shorter life, about 3 years.
We don't realize that damage or that, the amount of work that battery's gone through, or the discharge of that battery until we get to lower temperatures.
So we can verify, yes, car batteries have more issues in hot weather than cold weather.
Welcome back. Hi, everyone. Well, when you're a busy parent, it's hard to find time to exercise. So what can you do to keep yourself and the whole family active? That's today's Focus on Fitness presented by QB. Consider fitness as a family, whether it's a hike, a backyard game, or a living room dance party, huh? Exercising as a family unit lets everyone enjoy better health and fitness. It makes physical activity fun, teaches the kids the importance of fitness. QB is a great way to get some quick exercise regardless of physical ability or age. Try their under-desk elliptical at home. Call 1-800-556-2089 or visit QB.com to learn more. Do you guys want to do a panel dance party? Let's go. Ooncha, ooncha, bye.